Hello, fellow seniors. I am Grayson with the Digital Media Creatives, and I am here today to teach you how to set up your FILA-450 Portfolio website using WordPress. So, without further ado, let's get into it. The first thing that you need to do for setting up your site is reach out to us, because we are the ones who make all of the websites, all of the WordPress sites, and make them public. So once you reach out to us, ask us to make your site, or once your professor reaches out to us, if they've already done it for you, then we will have sent you an email, and that will help you set up your password and be able to log into WordPress. So the rest of this video goes over the steps once you're logged into WordPress, but make sure if you don't know how to log into WordPress, reach out to us so we can get that sorted out for you. Alrighty, without further ado, let's hop straight into it. So once you have pulled up wp.bridgewater.edu, your next step is to click on WP Login up here, WordPress Login, and then if you've logged into WordPress before, it should pull up this dashboard. As long as you followed the instructions in your email, it should just come straight to this every time you log in after that. So if not, make sure you get logged in properly and then come back to the video. So the first thing we're going to change about our website is we're going to come down here to Appearance on the left and select Themes, because we have to select a theme to sort of decide what the site is going to look like. So down here, Lighthouse is the theme that we recommend. You'll see that right now it's being used on the Bridgewater site. I'm going to come over to my WordPress tutorial site, which is just a brand new site I created to sort of show how this process works. And then I'll come down to Appearance and Themes. And if you scroll down, Lighthouse is the 13th, it looks like, the 13th theme on here. So we've got 3, 6, 9, 12, and 13. So you can click on Live Preview, it'll show you what that sort of looks like, and then we will click Activate and Publish and go from there. So once you have your site published with the Lighthouse theme, the next step we're going to do is we're going to make a new page. So to make a new page, you hover over this new icon. You don't click on it, you just hover over it, and then come down to Page, the third option on there, and click on that. And for this page, we're just going to make this the resume page, and then so that'll be the title. And down here, we can add a paragraph block and say, this is my resume. And this little block editor is how you add basically anything that you want to add into the page onto the page. So other things that you can add are things like YouTube videos. So some of your artifacts may be videos. I would recommend just pulling them up on YouTube, just like I have this little video over here right now. Copy the link with Control-C, and then you can paste the link right here back on your website with Control-V. And then once you click Embed, it'll just show up right there. And so that basically helps the video not take up a whole lot of space on your site, because it's already being stored on YouTube. Other things you'll want to know how to add are documents and images. And so the first one, documents, right down here, may not show up for you automatically. So if it's not showing up automatically, just type in DOC, and document will be the first option to come up. And once you've added that block right there, you can click Add Document and Upload Document, and then you'll have to select files, and I'm going to go down into my Creatives folder and select my resume, which for me appears as this little Chrome icon because I have my PDFs open in Chrome by default. And then I will open that, and look at that, it fits just perfectly. We'll click Insert, and now it looks like it's having an error right here. That's not actually true. I don't know why it says that, but once we publish, you'll be able to see that it works perfectly fine. So just before we do that, though, I'm going to also add an image. So to add an image, you just hit this little plus icon like you did for the other blocks, and you type in image. And then we can upload an image. So I'm going to select this image right here. We can open that, and it'll load for a moment, and there it is. Some happy people working on their computers. So now I'm going to come up to the top right-hand side and click Publish. And yes, it's asking if I want to confirm that. I do. And then after I'm done publishing, I will click on View Page, or I can also click on View Page down here where it gives this little notification. And now here it is. This is the resume page with the video and the resume. Like I said, it works perfectly fine once you're out of here, once you've published it. And then this picture right here at the bottom. And, of course, the little paragraph block where it says, "This is my resume," up at the top. Alright, so the next thing you'll want to do is create a menu, and that is basically so that you can access all of your pages up here on the top of your website, because otherwise you'd have to type in a whole separate URL every time you want to open up your resume page or your home page. And we don't want to have to do all that effort. We want to just be able to click on it, just like any other website. So to create that menu, you're going to come over here, click on the WordPress icon to get back out to your dashboard. So here we go. Now you can see all these icons again, just like when we first opened the page. To add a menu, we're going to come to Appearance and Menus. And if you clicked on Appearance to start with, you can also just come down to Menus right here. And then we will scroll down, and you can see it sort of gives us a little setup here of what's going to be in the menu. We'll just leave the menu name as Menu 1 because it's the only menu we really need. And right now it has a home page, a resume page, and a sample page, but it doesn't exist. We have to click Create Menu. So if I click Create Menu, it will have created one, but it's kind of also kidding about that because we still have to select Automatically Add New Top-Level Pages and where it is displayed. If you don't select Top Primary Menu, it will not display your menu, so you basically just won't have a menu. So you have to select Top Primary Menu right down here, and I would really recommend also selecting Automatically Add New Top-Level Pages, because that means every time you add a page, it will automatically get added into this list on the menu. So there we go. We will save the menu right there. And now that all of that is set and we've saved it again, we can go back to our site by clicking on up here where it says your site title, which is probably your name. And now you can see we have a menu right up here at the top. So I've got my home page, resume page, and then the sample page that it comes with. Alrighty. Now the next thing that's going to be really helpful is making your home page an actual solid page, because right now basically all it does is it shows any posts that you have, and you're not going to necessarily need posts for this website because you're making the website to last. You're not making it to be constantly updated with new information. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new page, and this one we will just title Home Page. If you want to do anything else with it, you're welcome to, but for now I'm just going to publish this page, hit View Page, and then you can see I've got Home and Home Page right now. And to change Home Page to being my actual home page, instead of just another page on the site somewhere, I want this to be the page that comes up first every time somebody opens my site. So I'm going to go back to my dashboard, and then I'm going to come down to Settings and Reading, and I'm going to scroll down just a tiny bit to where it has your homepage displays, and instead of your latest posts, I'm going to select a static page and select the one that I have named Home Page. And then we can just click Save Changes down at the bottom, because if you don't click Save Changes, again, it will not save those, and so it won't have really fixed the issue. And then if we go back to the site, look at that, it opens home page first. So that's why that one's yellow, is because it's the one that was opened by default. And so now the only thing that we need to change about these pages is the order of them up here. So we can go back to menus. So the way that we got to that again was appearance and menus, and then we can scroll down and we can remove this custom link home. So we can remove that one from the menu, and we can reorder our pages by just dragging and dropping. Now let's say you wanted to have some artifacts hidden under a particular page. You could have this sample page, let's say that's my artifact that I have correlating with my resume. That will show up as a sub-item in the menu because I just dragged it off to the right a tiny bit. You can see the little indentation here. So that can be helpful if you have particular artifacts that are useful in certain areas and maybe not necessarily relevant to others. But for the most part, you'll probably want each page to just show up as a primary item. But I just want to show what this looks like. So if I set that off to the side as a sub-item and save my menu, then I can go back to my site, and if I hover over resume, sample page is just directly under that. The next thing to know is how to make these pages full width, because right now you can see the page is taking up this left portion, and there's all this other information that you don't need off to the right. So we're going to go into Customize up here at the top. And in Customize, you can change a lot of things about the appearance of your site, including the site identity. That's where you can change the title of your site. You can change the image. So if you want to change the image from this mountain to maybe something more relevant to you. And you can also change the widgets, which are these little boxes off to the right that are just sort of taking up space. So the easiest way to get rid of them is just click on the bottom box and backspace all the way through, and then you can come up and hover over these top boxes, come to the three dots for options, and delete down at the bottom. And you will have to do this for every page, I do believe. Let's just double check that real quick. So if I go to my resume page, never mind. You won't have to do this for every page. It'll just automatically fix all of them once you've changed it on one of them. Something you will have to do for every page though, because this still isn't going to full width, is you'll have to go into Edit Page. So that's up here, or you can also click on Edit down at the bottom of the page right there. Edit Page. And if you come over to the right, under where it says Page and Block, you'll want to make sure Page is selected, and come down to Template. Where it says Default Template, we will change that to full width. And so I'm going to save my page and come down where it gave me the notification again and click View Page. And there we go. This home page is full width now. For a quick recap, if you want to change things on your site, you can click on Customize to change how things look on your site, and then you have to click Publish every time to save that. And you can click on Edit Page up here to change what content is included in your page. You can add blocks using a whole lot of different items or options, and you can just scroll through and browse what all of those are if you like. And then of course you can save again, and you can go back out to your page. The other main thing is to know where to access your menus. So that is back in your dashboard under Appearance and Menus. And then also, if you want to change your theme, we do recommend the Lighthouse theme because it has most of the tools that you need, but it doesn't really have a whole lot of extra ones that will get you distracted or overwhelmed. So it's really just the best balance of a lot of things. But if you want to try any of the other themes, you're welcome to. You just come back into Appearance and Themes to do that. And that is about it for the recap. But if we go back into the site, it's time for frequently asked questions. Alrighty, so now I'm going to go through a list of frequently asked questions and try to answer them as clearly as possible. I hope this is helpful to you, but if you are comfortable with where you're at, then you're welcome to just go on from this point and create the site on your own. Without further ado, first question is, how do I organize my WordPress when there's stuff from another class on there? So sometimes other classes, other professors will have you put information from that class onto your WordPress site. I would recommend having a particular page for that information, and then if they want you to have multiple pages on your site with information for that, then you can sort that out in the menu, where basically you have a main menu item for the class, and you have sub menu items underneath that for every single page that your professor wants for that particular class. That way it takes up a lot less space, and there's a lot less clutter on your site. Can I request another WordPress site? Sadly, we do not have the funds to host a whole lot of WordPress sites. So no, every student gets one WordPress site, and that's kind of it. So we can help you with organizing information on your site if you want that, but we can't make multiple WordPress sites for you. Can I have 2 blogs? No. So blogs are not used for FILA-450 generally, but no, you cannot have 2 blogs. How can I put my essays on WordPress? So that's the exact same as how I embedded a document earlier. You don't want to just copy and paste all your text. You want to embed the document as a Word document or as a PDF. And that will just appear so much nicer on the screen. That's what the graders like to see. That's what anybody looking at your website is going to want to see. So make sure you go in under Edit Page, and where there's that little plus icon to add little blocks, you can add a document and then just upload the file through that. And it may give you a little error message, but that won't be an issue. Just go back out to your page once you've published, and you should see it, and it shows up and looks really nice. Let's see, WordPress says I'm running out of space. What do I do? So if you're running out of space on your WordPress site, because there is a limited amount of space, something you can do is have certain files, like video files, you can upload to YouTube and then link them from YouTube to your site. Other files like images, you may have to compress to where they are a smaller file size. And if you have any issues with doing that, we can certainly help you out. So just come into the office and the creatives will show you how to do that. How do I add pages to a menu? So that is going to be just like how we added the menu earlier on. You just go into the dashboard, and then under, I believe it's Appearance, under Appearance, you will go to Menus, and then you can select pages from the left side and add them in with the little Add to Menu button, and then make sure you always save your menu before you leave that page, because I've seen that a lot where people will change it and then they won't click that Save Menu button, and they'll be like, where's my page? So make sure you click that Save Menu button down at the bottom every time you change something in the menu. And then how do I add a blog on WordPress? So that's going to be just like adding a page, but again, blogs are not necessarily useful for FILA-450, so I won't go into that any further now. I don't know if I have a WordPress account. So if you've had a creative in your classroom to help with FILA-450, then we've already made your WordPress account, and you can just look through your emails. We have one that we sent you to put together a password and be able to log into that. If you did not receive that email, then you can reach out to us, and we can make sure that you have an account, or we can add an account if we need to. So let's see. Last off, can I change how my WordPress looks? Absolutely. So there's a lot you can change in the Customize tab once you're like visibly looking at the site. And then if that is not enough for you, if you want to change the layout of it a little bit more, then you can go into themes and change the theme. The issue with that is that there are different tools available to different themes. So all your options that you have under customize are going to be different based on what theme that you have. So I would certainly be careful with that. We recommend the Lighthouse because it has what we think are the most necessary tools for your FILA-450 site. And that is all that I've got for you. If you have any questions to add to the list, then please come into our office. Yeah, we'll be happy to see you. Good luck, website.